Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how Lakshmi finally stood up for herself and gives Kiran and Karishma a very serious warning after Kiran asks Rishi to come and drop her and Malishka at their house after the Kavachot Puja. So let's continue from there. Ayush is following Shalu with his car. Shalu is walking on the road and she thinks that someone is following her and she calls Ayush for help. Ayush asks what happened. Shalu says someone is following me. Ayush says it is good. You are lucky. Shalu says Ayush. Ayush says to Shalu that you are in trouble, so don't shout at me. Ayush finds Simi's boxes in the car and he goes back to give the boxes to her. Shalu calls Ayush and says the car has went away and she asks, what magic have you done? Ayush says it is his magic and he laughs. Shalu thinks to go from there fast, but some girls are on the bike and they teases Shalu. Shalu calls Ayush again. Ayush comes there. Shalu runs to Ayush and Ayush says to Shalu not to worry and says I will beat the goons. Shalu gets happy and she asks Ayush to beat the goons well. Shalu says to Ayush that beat that guy well and she tells the guys that Ayush is good at boxing. But Ayush runs to his car and he drives off and the guys laughs at Shalu and Shalu thinks that Ayush is a coward for running away and leaving her with the goons. Lakshmi is upset. Rishi comes there and he smiles. Lakshmi asks, what will you get? And says, you smile to cheer me up. And she asks, why was he silent in front of Kiran? Rishi asks, what do you mean? Lakshmi says, Kiran was telling me so much. You did not say that I am your wife. Lakshmi says to Rishi that even Grandma supported me in front of Kiran and Karishma. She says you should have told them that I am your wife and she goes out upset. Rishi smiles and thinks that Lakshmi is showing him a wise right. Shalu runs from the goons and she calls for help. The goons comes behind her. Ayush comes back again. Shalu scolds him. Ayush asks, what is going on in your life? Shalu scolds Ayush and says she will not talk to him. Ayush says now the goons will be beaten and he calls the police from his car. The police inspector and the constable comes down from Ayush's car and they arrest the goons. Ayush says he is a different hero and he cannot take law into his hands. He says he can do anything for Shalu and he will not let anyone touch her even if they are 400. Shalu asks Ayush why didn't he tell her before going that he wanted to go and call the police. Ayush says he couldn't fight with the goons and that was why he used his mind to tackle them and he get them arrested and Shalu is happy. Lakshmi is upset with Rishi and she doesn't want his help in the kitchen. Rishi asks if Lakshmi's mood is very much upset. Lakshmi asks Rishi not to take her name. Rishi says sorry and he calls Lakshmi looking at the chili. He says that he has named the chili as Lakshmi because they both are the same and Lakshmi is also strong as the chili. Rishi holds Lakshmi's hand and says, I know that you don't need my help. He says you can fight your argument yourself because you are a strong woman. He says that when Lakshmi fights for him, then he feels that it belongs to only her and Lakshmi gets emotional. Ayush asks Shalu why she is carrying him with a smile. Shalu says she is smiling for him for whatever he did for her. She says she is impressed. She then started praising Bilu and saying how much she likes him and Ayush films with jealousy and he shows his biceps and his triceps. Ayush asks if Shalu loves him. Shalu asks what? Ayush says that he will beat up Bilu. Shalu says Bilu will win. Ayush thinks that Shalu is strange. She did not tell me who is Bilu, but she likes Bilu. Shalu says Bilu is my cousin brother. Ayush gets relieved and says I like Bilu and he says that he will make his body like a bodybuilder. Shalu asks Ayush that why did he get jealous of Bilu. Ayush says he will take time to make her understand. He drives the car and then he stops. He asks Shalu to get down. Shalu looks around and says we are in my house. Neha comes there and she tries to talk to Ayush, but Ayush says bye and he tries to leave. Neha asks Ayush why he came to their house. Ayush says he came to drop Shalu. Neha asks Ayush to drop her as well because she is going to her friend's house, but Ayush refused and he leaves, while Neha gets angry on Shalu for not asking Ayush to drop her. Lakshmi comes near her room and she is happy about Rishi's words. She then recalls Karishma and Nilam's hurtful words and she gets sad. Rishi comes to Lakshmi and closes the door. He asks Lakshmi to answer him first. Lakshmi asks what? He asks why did you run away from the kitchen? Lakshmi says to Rishi that she has so much work and she has to keep the clothes in the cupboard. Rishi asks Lakshmi to keep the clothes and he thinks that Lakshmi is doing this slowly so that she doesn't have to answer him and he says he would help her and he keeps all the clothes in the cupboard at once. Lakshmi says to Rishi that you have messed up everything. Rishi says drama. He says if you don't want to answer me, then keep your answer to yourself. Lakshmi thinks of how to tell you. She thinks that you said that you are mine. I want to tell you that I am yours only, but I couldn't tell you, and she smiles. Neelam is sitting in her room. Karishma comes there and asks if she is thinking the same thing that is in her mind. She says Lakshmi has caught Rishi and Rishi couldn't go away from her and Malishka couldn't do anything and she is failing in front of Lakshmi. Karishma tells Neelam that she is afraid that their family's reputation might be ruined because Lakshmi is the Oberai's daughter-in-law in front of the people. She says we have to throw Lakshmi out fast, else we will lose respect and also lose Rishi. Neelam tells Karishma that Malishka has to do something and if we want to tie Rishi in another relationship, then the relationship should be with Malishka. She says just like we got Rishi and Lakshmi united, then Lakshmi is cleverly catching Rishi by herself. Neelam says to Karishma that Malishka should do this. She loves Rishi, but just her love is not enough. She has to be more clever than Lakshmi. Karishma says we said this to Malishka many times and we hope that she gets motivation and encouragement that finally she will make Rishi go away from Lakshmi. Rishi come back to the room. Lakshmi asks, when did you come? Rishi asks Lakshmi to answer him. Lakshmi asks, why are you getting stubborn? Rishi says even you are stubborn and they collide their head unknowingly. Lakshmi tries to collide her head with Rishi again, but Rishi refuses and says black dog will bite you and not me. Lakshmi says it is true. Rishi says on a condition and says we will collide our head if you tell me what happened with you, and he says please. Lakshmi says to Rishi that she ran away from the kitchen because when you said what you said to me, something was happening to me. Rishi asks what? Lakshmi says how do I tell you? Rishi says tell me what you are feeling, and Lakshmi says I feel afraid sometimes that I might lose you. Lakshmi says to Rishi that you don't know what you mean to me. You are my everything. I fear of losing you. She says I am because of you. You are more than my love and I am nothing without you. Rishi thinks that tell me what I want to hear. And Lakshmi thinks I wish I could tell you how much I love you. Lakshmi says sorry to Rishi. Rishi says you are not telling me what I want to hear. Lakshmi says you said that you are mine, only mine. We have the right on each other and I will not give this right to anyone. She says if Malishka tries to snatch this right from me, then I will not leave her and I will make her vanish. Sonia hears Rishi and Lakshmi's conversation and she says how dare Lakshmi. She thinks that she should show Lakshmi's value to her, but she thinks to do something big. Lakshmi says Rishi likes it when she shows right on him and Rishi says you don't have to worry about me, so leave it. Sonia calls Malishka and tells her that Lakshmi was telling Rishi that she will make Malishka vanish if she snatched Rishi from her, and Malishka gets angry. Rishi says to Lakshmi that he did not say anything and he says sorry, but Lakshmi says I have forgiven you. Rishi says to Lakshmi that say sorry first, then I will collide my head with you. Lakshmi says sorry and holds Rishi's head to collide with her head. A song plays in the background. Lakshmi says I have so much work, my time is wasted. Rishi says my time is past. They argue and Rishi goes and he says he is very busy. Karishma comes to Kiran's room. She says she came to talk about Rishi and Malishka. She asks that what happened to her. Why can't she control Rishi? Kiran asks what do you mean? And Karishma says Rishi is clearly in Lakshmi's palm and this is wrong. Karishma says to Kiran that Rishi did not come to drop you at home today. Kiran says Rishi's remote is in Lakshmi's hand. Karishma tells Kiran that Malishka has to do something and we have to make Rishi becomes Malishka's own. Kiran thinks that how will I tell you that Malishka has done so much but Lakshmi's destiny is always ahead. Kiran says to Karishma that I will talk to Malishka. Karishma says motivate Malishka to do something fast. Kiran says everything is in Malishka's hand and Karishma says Malishka should win from Lakshmi's cleverness. Later, Malishka tells Kiran that Lakshmi is clever, whom she thought innocent before. Kiran asks Malishka to recall her aim and remember that she loves Rishi. She asks her to scare Lakshmi and she asks her to show the real Malishka. Malishka says Lakshmi will regret for whatever she has done. Lakshmi comes to Ayush and gives him food and Ayush says he would have it. Rishi scolded Ayush for his bad presentation. Ayush says I will learn. I made it for the first time. Lakshmi asks Rishi not to get angry and Rishi scolded Ayush again. Neelam asks Ayush to do the presentation right this time, and Karishma says Ayush will sit all night and he will do it. Rishi says to Ayush that it is my mistake to give all the responsibility to you, and says Malishka would have done this work fast and she wouldn't have given any chance to complain. Karishma and others smile. Lakshmi tells Rishi that Ayush is his brother and he supports him always. Rishi says now I have to sit all night and correct his mistake, and Rishi gets angry again. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and share it, and also check the comment section for the link to the next update once it is available. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.